Arts Center tonight. Thank you so much for coming. We have our featured artist for this quarter is Miss Jana Lynch. And she is going to talk a little bit about her life as an artist and her motivations, her inspirations. Hopefully you've all had a chance to see her beautiful show, Eye to Eye, very unique show. And it's all done in egg tempera, the medium of egg tempera, an ancient medium. So she's going to talk us through that and do a demonstration for you tonight. Yes, thank you.
Hi, Vicki. Kim, my first friend in town. She was the look how I'm embarrassed her. Hi guys, I'm Jana Lynch. I'm the painted artist, paintedartist.com. And I don't have the words. But when you know my story, I think you'll understand why this is such a big deal to me. Really, you're feeling me cry. Okay, can you hear me like this? Okay, guys, really, the only thing that I was ever good at from little on was art. But when I was at home before school, they found me quite brilliant. And I'm not bragging because it didn't turn out to be a good deal. And way ahead of the curve and could do things way before everybody else. So they put me into the first grade ahead of time because I was great boy. Total disappointment to my family and everybody. My teacher convinced my mother that I was just an animal and didn't want to do my work, and my mother believed her because, of course, I was a brilliant child, right? My first grade teacher beat me with hangers, and then my second grade teacher was nice, but she didn't know what to do with me. She, by third grade, they diagnosed me with severely dyslexic and creatively gifted, kinda, in a little bit of a high IQ, but definitely destination at school. Okay, not on a good day. So my mother came to me on the day that we learned that, and she lied to me and said it'll go away. And back then there was no special ed or anything like that. So, and she just said, Jana, you have to pass. You have to pass. And I said to her mother, I'm a very smart girl. Why do I even have to do this at all? And she said, so that you never have to do it again. So, from 6 to 17, I got out of there as soon as I could. All I could do was try to get through it, right? I didn't have a lot of time for electives. But by senior year, I got to take an art class. I had had little more than just maybe a pencil in my hand up to that point. I just had to study just to get this done, to make D's. So I'm in art class. Of course, all the kids are looking for you got to go to the counselor and figure out what you're going to do with your life, of course. I walked in there, and he said, well, you're definitely not going to college, right? I said, oh my, no. Excuse me? Never. And he said, but there's a school, and it's called the Fashion and Art Institute of Dallas. They had the word fashion in it. And I didn't even know there was such a thing as commercial artists. It never dawned on me that an artist designed a Coke can. It never dawned on me. My world lit up. I had a destination, right? I ran home to too much money. We weren't wealthy people. But my mother says, yeah, you're gonna do that. I told my art teacher, and she said, you will never make it. You're too far behind. And I was desperately far behind. My mother sent me to the school anyway. They're just spending a lot of money, bless her heart, 143 of us went in. I never had a lot of money, there was very wealthy students there at the time. That was an elite place to get to go back in the day. And I had to work, and I had incredible work ethics. I was grateful for that. My daddy taught me how to do that. He was a business owner. And there was 11 of us that graduated, and one of us did it as a career, and that was me. Now, I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying to tell you I was the worst in school. I was never as talented as any of my friends. And I just want anybody out here that doubts themselves as an artist, that it ain't about... Oh, and by the way, I opened a gallery in Las Vegas, Nevada. I went back to fine art school, had a great career in commercial art. And then I went to Las Vegas. My husband said, go back to school. I went, and I loved it, because I didn't have to take no reading. I got to take art classes, right? I was a straight A student. And I look at these little kids getting their fine arts degree, and I'm like, huh? How are you going to make any money doing that? So I opened a gallery for them, thanks to my husband, on the end of the strip. But here's the reason I'm telling you that is because 230 of them is what I represented. And I let everybody that gave me any heart, no matter where they were on the ladder, had they been proven or not, show at my gallery. And I made the art world mad, okay, because they didn't have degrees and that kind of thing. But here's my bottom line point. It wasn't the most talented of my bunch that succeeded necessarily. It was that guy or girl that never gave up, okay? So to say I am honored and privileged, Vicki was it last time. I'm not even anywhere in her league, okay? So to get to do this is just incredible, okay? I just work hard at it because I love it. That's it. So if you love it, don't let anybody get up in your face about it. So thank God my mother just said, maybe we should stop listening to people. And I went into there. Now, when I graduated, I was so ashamed of my book that I didn't show it to anybody. Instead, I opened a business. It was called Salvage Business. I bought out other businesses. I was 21, something like that. And then one day my cousin came up to me and says, look, there's a job opening at the Lubbock Avalanche Journal. Just show your book. And I just said, Valerie, I'm just not any good. You should just show your book. And they hired me. And back then, it was cheaper to hire a bank. Vicki knows this, a bank of artists than it was to run one photo in a newspaper. So I got to illustrate it, for the society page and stuff. So anyway, that's my career. Then, like I said, I went back to fine art school, opened a gallery. Instead of becoming an artist, I became a retailer again, because again, zippity-doo-dah confidence about my art. I represented other people's art, but guess what? I learned. It's not about the talent, it's about the heart. And I had to know that about myself. I have heart. That's all I have. That's all I have going for me. So, honor, privilege, Chloe, all the guys that run this. When you run a gallery for artists, guys, it's like herding kitties, okay? We're weird. And so for her to do this day in, day out, make sure that we're in line on our, everything they do, guys, it's a big deal to me. So I'm honored to be here. Bad news is, on August 24, 2023, 1 month and a half ago, my egg tempera teacher died at the age of 92. That's dyslexia. Do you love it? And I'm sad to say for everybody that I'm here now as an authority in this stuff. No, I just barely scratched the surface. He had a stroke, he never painted again, and I only got to, and thank again, Kim found this guy for me to change my world. But the one thing that Jim wanted the world, William Henry Clay, Jim, wanted y'all to know is about egg tempera, because his teacher was Peter Hurd, and who was married to Andrew Wyatt's sister. Okay, so these guys were bigwigs, and those bigwigs took on Jim, who was a nobody, and trained him, and he just wanted to give that to the world, and so he asked me to please tell the world about egg tempera. So, now, I'm not studied. You're not going to be able to ask me how many books have I read on the subject, because I've read 0 books on the subject. I don't read, okay? I just do. And then when it looks good, I'm happy, okay? So, or if someone says it looks good, usually I don't like it. Okay, so here, I want to talk to you about something. The reason I'm excited, and Jim was excited about egg tempera, all you need is an egg and some dirt, and you can paint. Or go to your fire pit and get some of that charcoal and mix it with egg. But not only that, it's gonna last forever, okay? It's the only medium we know for sure that lasts thousands of years, okay? It's the first medium. It's the Sistine Chapels painted in egg tempera before refrigeration. Okay, so I'm pretty convinced that they put vodka in it instead of water just so it wouldn't putate. Because when I started this, it took me 45 minutes a day just to get my palate ready to do these pieces. That took me 80 hours at least each to do. That's how bad. That's how slow I am. I was at it. Okay. So I want you to know that this was my first egg tempera painting, and it's called something cool. I don't remember, but you can see an airplane here, and a little road runner. A little road runner left that on my door because he thought I was hungry, and so I put him on there. I thought it was cute. So. I like to fantasize, but he's got an airplane right there. I forgot the title of his piece. Anyway, hey, I will document everything. If you're new to art, you know what you do? If you can do it one day, you put the full day. If it takes you a month, you put the month in the year. If it takes you more than a year, you just put the year. Okay, so that you'll know. And every time you pick it up, this took me a day. That's not true. That's a lie. Okay. Well, anyway, I don't remember what this is called, but here, the point of this is, guys, this is commercial pigment. Okay, this is commercial stuff. It's really cheap. It ain't of the earth. Okay, it gets these weird, bright colors that just had happened because of modern technology. These are fake. Okay, that was my first one. I got so turned on about it, and this turned Jim on, that I took what did you tell me it was called? A mortar and pestle. My friend helped me do this because I said, I don't have the patience. And he ground up things like paprika and chili powder and blueberries. And I made my palette with food. So this painting is a self-portrait on its side. Things like that. And this was just a real quick study in my food palette. Okay, so I just wanted to prove that it could be done in food. And so there it is. I think just called self, I don't really know. But anyway, so all you need is some food and you can make your palette, okay? Now, these, I spent a lot of money on pigments, okay? I'm talking a lot of money. These are the natural, out of the earth colors, okay, that are processed out of stones and all kinds. You can go read the names on them. Okay, but I spent a lot of money. But can you imagine the intern someone like a Michelangelo had to have just to get his day ready to go? Okay, so I learned that if I mixed up extra color, I could refrigerate it, and it would last 2 weeks, and then it'd inky. Okay, it's eggs until they dry, they stink. Okay, so that's what happened. All right, so let's get on with the show. Does anybody have any questions about where my background, and did I convey upon you enough what this means to me? 1 of 4 a year. What? I was never any good at this, okay? I was the least involved, okay? It's just art is what happened. So it's an honor, Chloe, thank you. And I got to show him because of Laszlo, an amazing artist, and got to hang at the Bastrop Library first. And it had Laszlo not said, Jenny, you need to do this. Make a series, a body of work. I've never made a body of work. Okay, I fleece some little bird bags up and hope I sell it. That's what I do. First body of work in 61. Don't wait till you're 61. Okay, all right. Now, Chloe, I'm gonna do this. Do y'all have any questions about my background? Was that too long? All right, guys. So you understand the difference. You got these cheap things that you buy your kids if you want to get them started. Okay. Then, or you go to your spice cabinet and you grind them up with a mortar and pestle, and then you can use that as your pigment, or you spend a lot of money on pigment. This is what I did to produce this show. I did buy it because when you're in this industry now, all the paints are shiny. It bothered me when I first started the paint, so I researched. Jim would have never recommended this, okay? But I put it on my eyes, and what it did, it killed the light that should go all the way down to the rabbit hide gesso. okay? 1 part water, 1 part with this. You have to double boil it, heat it up. And then you cannot do paint on canvas because egg cracks. Okay, so you have to paint on wood. Now what Jen did was bought masonite board. Cheap, go to Home Depot, cut it, masonite board. Okay, so you gesso a layer and a layer, that's 1 layer. Just 12 layers. So all this is time consuming. But then you sand it, and my God, that's yummy. It's just delicious, okay? It's just perfectly smooth. And so what happens is every little thin glaze of color reflects all the way down to that surface right there. So you see the light. If I was any good at it, you would see the light of the gesso. I'm not there yet. I'm close. I got close, but I want the light to hit you back in the face. So I killed that when I put that varnish on it in some places. It killed the light. I'm just saying. Okay, but they're still good. I'm not cutting myself out. You know they're so porous. Every eye's a so good. I'm in every one. And you can ask my husband. I had 3 pairs of glasses, just like that. And how they were positioned was how I looked. Because I couldn't see my canvas with a 4.5. I couldn't see this, so I'd have to look this way or that way. Then when I looked at my painting, I'd slide up this way. It was crazy. Okay, but yeah, and they're self-portraits. They analyze a realism, but the self-portraits are animated. So I'm in every painting. So this is a self-portrait show naturally. If you need to get started, there's free these back there. These are marble. You can gesso them and paint them. So she's got samples right there. All right, so rabbit hide gesso, not regular gesso, commercial today gesso. It doesn't work. It doesn't look the same. It's got to be super smooth. Okay, so that light comes back at you. All right, you taking me in. You breaking.
Jana?
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is that the same thing as rabbit glue?
I think so. Rabbit hide.
So you know the rabbit glue is the little pellets that they make it out of?
Honey, I don't think so. I don't know. Do you know?
It is not the same thing. It's made by rabbit hide, but the gesso and the glue are a little bit different.
Yeah, I really don't know. I'm
And
sorry.
It all stinks if you stick it in the microwave, just so you know.
Say again.
If you put it in the microwave, it smells a whole lot
Really
different.
bad. Okay, so you double burn it, and then like I said, you do 1,000,000 layers. About 10 is what I do. The 10 means times 2. Okay, back and forth, and then you sand it. And it's just, I sanded the edges. That's how much gesso was on that board that was able to get that bevel on the edge. So that took forever to do. Okay. Then you open your egg like that. And I don't want any of the white goo. Your hand's the best thing.
You don't want any what?
The white stuff.
Just yellow?
You just want the yellow. All that goes away until you got a pretty clean little deal. And notice how the egg stays together. Because I don't want the yolk that's on the egg either. That'll mess up my things. So then you take a napkin and you lay that little yolk right on there. Then get it in position somehow in your hand. And still together. I got lucky. So that don't happen very often. No, it happens. You get better at it. And then you take it and you get a little pokey going and you drain it. And that sack stays in the paper towel. Does that make sense?
Did you just use the yolk? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just the yolk and not the sack in the yolk. Do you want me to show you how I did it one more time? Okay, good. Now, there you go. Now, whatever that amount is, you take a swig of vodka and put that much vodka in it. No, I didn't because I have refrigeration, but I'm pretty convinced the old master trusted me. There's no way all these little interns are out there grinding up picking. It took me 30 minutes to do it, and I have modern conveniences. I can't even imagine the old master. I had to go buy, smoke a cigar or whatever. You know what I mean? Like seriously, it was a big business. Okay. So, and there was no refrigeration. So then you take your water and you just like, that's that much. It's the same amount. So I just guessed it. Now, Mr. Clay said don't shake it, but I quite often do. I never found that the bubbles. You're going to get bubbles in it if you do, but they usually settle. So I mix it all up. And this is like a medium. Okay, so in the beginning they just started this way, but over time the first oil cakes were made this very way, and then they added linseed oil because this dries in seconds. It's very, very dry and thirsty, and that bothered me being from a modern time at first, but then I just got into it when I was young. Now you take a pigment. I will not take my $50 per gram pigment to do this. Okay, so you take your real earth pigment or your stuff or your food, whatever. And
So what's that one, Janet?
this is a natural earth pigment. This is called CHL earth.
That's a
Cheers. It's a beautiful brown stuff. All right, now look, I take that little stuff and I put it right here. By the way, this was given to me by my teacher. It's an egg, you know, very sweet. Means a lot to me. Glass is a wonderful thing to work with. Then after you mix up your dill, make sure it's all good and dill, take out a sugar vodka, and then you pour it in there, guys, and you mix it about until it makes a color. Okay? That's it. Now, the reason that, that's it, guys, okay? There's what color. Times however many colors I was going to work with that day. So I got smart and started making more color at a time that I would label, and I would fill these little things up, and then they would stay in my refrigerator, and I would get 2 weeks. Like I said, each one would 2 weeks. All right, so now you take your surface, your gesso surface, and you go from here, but you can see how thin everything is. So it's just really, and anybody can come up here and try this. You can put more water in your mixture here if you want to thin it, glaze it out more. I wish I would have glazed my stuff out into it. But this little orange syrup, some chocolate, I can put a little right in there. These are just my So that's too thick. So I will take water and I will blend that down now. I can move this for a long time. It runs out and I can move it. So you can see that you can still see that orange color under that glaze. And that's what you want to happen, because you want people to look through it. You want them to have to sit there and look at this wall. So I took the varnish and varnished my eyes to make them a little shiny. I wish I would have. So I don't recommend any varnish. This right here is with us forever. It doesn't ever goes away. Okay. So, and this is my next little series. It's going to call Friends. I think we'll call it Friends.
Is that true for sunlight?
Huh?
Sunlight?
What about that?
Does that make it? I mean, can they?
Oh, no. You cannot put these in the sun.
Okay.
If they hang on the wall in a sunny place, they will fade over time. So this is definitely a museum. No sun ever. Thank you for that's a really good question. Okay, now there's a mistake in this painting, and I'm hoping with Chloe's permission, I'm going to pass it around. If one of you can guess what it is, I would like to give you a free print. Would you mind, Chloe, if I need one of mine? I can have the prints with you. I'm going to pass it around. This is a bee. It's a self-portrait. The bee is looking at me, and I see me in his eyes. If you can find a mistake, I'll do that. And is there any questions? Honey, I think I picked up like a maybe 100 or such a thing. 120, somewhere in there. You'll see it. It's just so sweet. It's just goes. And this and I do cradle boards, but you don't have to. They smell large, just fine. That's a piece of I do it for Any other questions? Yes.
Sometimes I get disgusted with a painting I've done and I gesso over it.
Yeah.
Can you do that with
I don't want, yes, ma'am, but I'm going to tell you why you're never going to do that again.
I'm never gonna what?
Well, you're never gonna do it again.
I don't care whether you're you, me, Picasso, Rembrandt, all art starts out shitty every time. The only way it stays that way is if you give up. Don't ever give up, ever again. You take that painting, you shove it up the closet's rear end, and you go look again 2 months from now, and you're going to see what you missed the first time around. It was just beyond you for the moment, honey. It ain't going to be beyond you for long. Does that make sense?
It does.
Don't ever do it again. That's your answer.
Yes.
Now, it's important, guys, that you find the sun. If you're missing something in your painting, it's because you haven't located the sun. You haven't told me as the viewer, where is the sun? Okay, so we have to put it somewhere in your mind so that you know that we're going to have a lot of beautiful highlights on this side and a lot of yummy shadows on this. Okay, and I use a lot of purple instead of black to tone my colors down and kind of is yummy. And the next problem with your paintings, if you get upset with them, is because your color theory is off. You can have two perfectly beautiful colors on palette and lay them together and it kills the entire painting. So if you're looking at your painting and you go, what? This was so cool. You killed it. Your colors were too close in value. Something was wrong. So just alter the color a little bit and see if you can get there. You have to understand the color wheel and color theory, or a little bit. I'm a color, what do they call me? A colorist. Thank you, a colorist. Imagine color. But my teacher had to take white away from me and black away from me because I just overdid it. And as soon as you lay white back on top of a lot of colors, what happens? It kills it. It's over. You got to start over. Okay, so you have to learn. That's why, for one thing I do like about the cheap paint over here is white is transparent. So if I needed a little lightening up, it's transparent. I can see the light. When I buy a real brown zinc, it's white, even in the egg. Transparent turns a little creamy because of the egg. Okay, so that I love that. You gotta move faster than that. You don't get an hour with the painting, friend. You can't see it because, yeah, well, I wasn't smart enough to see it either. It's staying there, but it's funny. All right, is there any other questions? And then this is enough. Thank you, my chess friend, for letting me do critical thinking Tuesday night. Y'all want to play chess? We play every Tuesday night. I'll beat you. Don't worry. I can't beat anybody. That's a joke. No, man, no. I just buy the cheapest ones because why put an organic pasture food on it? I didn't see a reason, but maybe I should have. I don't know. No, I wouldn't necessarily buy one that has a super dark yolk. The yolks are different colors depending on the chicken. I don't even know. Okay, so a lot, yolk. That's a good question. Any others? Thank you for coming. It just means the world, guys. Did I explain how much this meant to me? Y'all get it? Do you finally understand? Thank you. You're not going to get any clues on the back, ma'am, and put your fingerprints on the painting. Just turn it over. There's no hints on the back. Good God. Try not to touch the egg tempera, please. No, but don't compare that closely. It's good enough for my first try. I'm not asking you to find a mistake like that. Come on, what's wrong with it? Come on, someone with praise. Give it to you will know. Tyler will know. Anyway, we don't have to keep y'all hostage for that. Are there any other questions?
I don't see a mistake unless we had set up.
Give you a little clue, reflection. Okay, move, go, come on. Chloe told me to leave it. I almost ripped it off the wall.
That's good. That's what it's. That's cool.
Thank you for everything you do for us around here. She sells the heck out of artwork. If you want to learn how to represent art and sell it, you'll learn a lot from her. Any other questions? And I'll put my mic down and shut up. Y'all go about your. Come out and try it. Come up here. I brought that little canvas for you to mess around. Mix up a color or whatever. I'll help you. So if you want to, come go do it. All right. Anything else, guys? Any other questions? Okay, come see my show. Thank you, guys.